all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of
If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear.
Make America great again.
The Big Mig.
Welcome back to the Big Mig Show. Of course, I'm your host, Lance Migliaccio. Our co-host, George Valentine, will be joining us in a minute. His camera decided to do a last-minute reset. I don't know what it was thinking, but of course, here we are, tip of the spear, edge of the knife. You know how we do it on this show. It's always the truth. We're going to do the digging. We're going to look at the stories, try to vet them in advance, and we cover everything. You know, at the end of the day, nobody controls the dialogue on this show. We're not buying into it. I don't like what's going on with Epstein. I don't like the lack of accountability. Thought we were going to have full transparency in this administration, and I'm questioning that is not seeming to be the goal any longer. Lots of people on shows that are claiming they're telling the truth. It's not how we do it here. If you don't want the truth, you're in the wrong spot. George B., you got your camera straightened out. What's up, bro? What's up?
Yeah, the camera got a mind of its own sometimes.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm just looking at some dumb shit in Rumble that just fucking aggravates me, but whatever.
You know, it can happen. It's how we do it. Now, don't forget, if you like the show, hit that follow button, hit the subscribe button, and during the show, take the live link, share it on your social media, grow your own social media. You can take any of our content and share it on your platform to help you grow. And of course, that helps us also. And we appreciate the people that have been doing it. So thank you very much for those out there. Of course, Melody does it regularly, but there are others that do it. So thank you so very much. And the show is growing. We're based on Rumble. We're supposed to be one of the fastest growing shows on Rumble. Get lots of new followers. So we appreciate that also. So, and if you'd like to sponsor the show, you can hit us up over at info@thebigmig.com. That's info@thebigmig.com. We've got a couple of opportunities available right now, looking for some products that will be great for our listeners and subscribers so they can get a deal. We can support them through that. And of course, supporting the show is the number one thing. So if you do the $5 subscription, that's a regular recurring billing. We appreciate that. Or if you want to throw George 10 or 15 Bitcoin, you can dump into that Rumble wallet, dump them in there. George is still trying to get 10 Bitcoin out of it. I don't know if it's going to happen. I got my fingers crossed for him and us. But of course, that's how you do it. Rumble Rant tips, always greatly appreciated. George, how's the weather? Is the weather holding up over there? You don't have any snow coming your direction right now, right?
I got rain today.
That's good. Better than snow, though. You don't have to shovel rain.
Does I don't know. Maybe Sunday some snow might be coming or something. I don't know. Some storm.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike Schwartz show just rated us. I think.
Yeah, great.
I don't know. He's in the chat.
Is he back in town? Is he back from his holiday?
He's been back. Yeah, he did rate us. All right, Mike Schwartz show. Yo, Doc Mike, what's up, bro?
What's up, Home Slice?
Do you know on I think it was Valentine's Day that he was going to do a comedy show. Like he was a comedian. He was telling me.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
I didn't know it either.
I didn't know he did comedy.
Me
he's
either.
A funny guy.
Is he?
I didn't
You think
realize
he's funny?
he actually did stand. Yeah, he's funny.
You would think though, you would think for Valentine's Day that he might take the wifey out, maybe the honeymoon that she deserves that she has
Maybe he
got.
could do a comedy show.
I don't know. That might be a good bit.
If I was performing. My wife would like it if I was performing. He is a funny guy. I could see him.
He's probably saying, "This fucking guy George, this motherfucker's gonna get me in trouble now." Yep,
that's it. Got to screw him up. You're definitely on the heat on that.
That's all right.
And listen, leave some comments, hit the likes. That all goes into the algo. It pushes us with Rumble. So make sure you get in there, get in the chat, join us, have some fun. It's how we do it here with the Big
Hold on,
Mafia.
Lance. He said the sold out crowd thought I was funny. I didn't doubt you weren't funny. I just never seen you do any comedy. So how do I know?
We might have to have him come on and do like a 5 minute.
You know what, Doc?
Bit.
We're gonna sneak you on this week. Get ready. We'll talk later.
Yeah,
I'll reach out to you later.
See like 5 or 10 minutes of this stand-up act. I think it's a good idea.
He's gonna come up with some fucking jokes now about us. Watch.
Yeah, and they can be edgy, Mike. You know we do edgy humor on this show. You know we don't give a shit.
All right. So
you know how we do it back east, edgy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, we love our sponsors. We love our gold and silver. If you didn't catch the Crypto Power Hour this morning, you should have. 7 a.m. education, lots of great updates on news. If you want to learn about crypto, 7 a.m. on Wednesdays and Fridays, the Crypto Power. And that is the #1 crypto show on Rumble based on views. We appreciate you guys tuning in and helping us with that. Of course, gold and silver, the 62.2 gram prepper bar from our friends over at Genesis Gold Group. Well, you know what it is. It doesn't matter whether it's for diversification, asset protection from inflation, or economic turmoil, or its very unique utility for barter and trade. The prepper bar, it's a perfect gift. They're your perfect escape because, of course, they're real tangible forms of wealth available right now in stock. Like I said, in gold and silver, they just got to restock on the gold. They come with an assay report. So look, no counterfeit gold coming out of Genesis Gold Group. These guys do it right. This is where you should do business, buying gold and silver from somebody you don't know, especially on platforms like eBay. You're probably going to get street jacked. A lot of phony gold over there. You need to act now, secure your prepper bars before the government rolls out their next move. They might need to restock Fort Knox since I think the gold is missing. You want to get your own gold. Why? It's a backup plan. Right now, Genesis Gold Group, promo code PREPPER, PREPPR, that's PREPPR, 10% off on the silver, 5% off on the gold. You head over to thebigmigbar.com. And what I love about these, if you see, you just break off a small piece. 3 different payment denominations. Makes it easy. You don't have to carry around a 1-ounce coin and a pair of tin snips. Maybe like you've seen the coins from Rome and how they used to have to cut off the edges. Some of it was for a scam. Some of it was to make payments. At the end of the day, thebigmigbar.com. That's right, thebigmigbar.com. Or you can call Genesis Gold Group, 888-526-7154, 888-526-7154. Or just take a picture of that QR code. George makes it easy. Take it right to their website, but don't do it now. We want you to stay. Don't leave the mafia or the show. Big Mig.
Break me off a piece of that prepper bar. Yep.
The prepper bar.
You talk too much, Lance.
Preppity. There you go. All right. So
hold on. Let me see.
Yeah.
I want to see. Well, Barbara, she's probably the new listener from I said yesterday. She's probably sleeping. She gets up. She stays up late, and so drinks her wine. I've been told she drinks her wine. She bought a case. I don't know. Maybe lasted like 4 months. 84 years old, pounding that wine away, Barbara.
Hey, so listen to the
don't do it. Don't go there.
The Mediterranean.
There's health
diet.
issues, other health issues, underlining stuff maybe. So don't go there.
No, I was just going to say the Mediterranean diet. They believe in olive oil and a certain amount of red
olive
wine.
oil. What the fuck's olive oil got to do with wine, bro?
Red wine. I was talking about the Mediterranean diet.
Forget it.
Little health advice there. Those people.
We don't give health advice on the show. We're not doctors.
Yeah,
No, we're not doctors, Lance.
I don't care. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Suspend us again? We've already.
No, because if the clip goes out, I get suspended. Huh? Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, you don't see? Selfish. You don't care about George.
I think I can mention the Mediterranean diet without.
You don't care about George. You can say Mediterranean diet, but then you start giving health advice talking about the wine and this and
I
the
said
properties.
Well, that's part of the Mediterranean diet.
Don't make me send my Russian princess after you. She'll send Putin after you now.
All right.
Here's mommy will come after you, bro. You mess with me.
I've got a little set the mood for us, George.
You do? I didn't see it.
Well, that's because you weren't paying attention. You should have noticed.
When did you put that in, Lance?
I put it in there.
When? It wasn't in there when I got all my stuff.
I don't remember.
Oh, here we go. Fucking Epstein shit. Well, it's going to take a second, so.
All right. Well, I think you guys will enjoy this. I saw it last night. This is one of the great things of AI. Yeah, there's some bad shit about AI. You never know what the impact's going to be on security, quantum computing, AI. You've seen lots of stuff going on. You see it all over the feeds and X. I got to give Elon Musk credit. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do the set the mood, George.
Here we go. I don't know what Lance got here.
My name is Jeffrey. I like sex. It's nice. This is my island, Little St. James. This is Downey, island rapist. Naughty. This my house. Entry, please. Here's my neighbor. He is pain in my asshole. I get a big yacht party. He was get a big yacht party. I get a yacht model. He must get a yacht model. I get a sacrifice. He cannot afford. Great success. This is my friend, the smartest man in the whole St. James. I love him.
Love you too, nigga.
Over here, our town pizza place. Delicious. My bad. Fuck you, nigga. Thank. My favorite game, Fortnite.
Little Borat takeoff there. You didn't like it, George? You didn't enjoy
I really wasn't paying attention too much. I was doing something else.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Well,
But-
hopefully the audience enjoyed it. That's what it's all about anyway.
Probably. I don't know.
You know, Mark Zuckerberg, yeah, I know he bought Facebook. He kind of screwed the Winklevoss twins out of it. Of course, he got sued later on, didn't have to pay what he probably should have had to pay. I know that was probably a good idea as far as his finances, because he's had a lot of dumb ideas. He's had a lot of things that were not successful. This next idea, I don't know what the audience is going to think, but I think this is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard of. I don't think anybody would want this. Maybe I'm wrong. And what am I talking about? Meta was just granted a patent for a new product. It's a new AI that allows Facebook users to post after they die. No, I didn't stutter. You heard that right. This patent granted Meta in December. It gives an inside look at how Facebook users may still be able to post beyond the grave. And according to the patent, the large language model, which you know that's becoming very common, these LLMs are all over the place, these learning language models, will be simulating the user when the user is absent from social networking system. For example, if the user decides to take a long break, I guess Meta can just hijack your account and start using it. Or if the user is dead. So your loved one passes away, you're heartbroken, and then all of a sudden you get a notice that there's a fresh post. I don't see where this is a good idea. First of all, to me, it looks like Meta is trying to fabricate their traffic. George, would you want a deceased loved one? Would you want their accounts replicated, where they could have like their digital presence? And
Well, they don't replicate it. They just use that account and act like you.
They replicate it. They are analyzing the data. Like
Yeah, but it's still the same. Okay, Lance, it's still the same account. I'm saying maybe we're misunderstanding each other. It's still the same account.
Like the person's alive.
Yeah, no, I got that. I think we just misunderstood each other. No, I don't want nobody using my account if I'm dead. Fuck, I'm dead. Can't get rid of the account. What kind of shit is that? But if I'm away from my Facebook for, I mean, what's the time frame here? Did they even specify? Like if I take some time off because I freaking can't stand social media, they're gonna start posting for me. They better build up my account if they're gonna do that shit. I better see a ton of new followers.
Yeah, here's the deal.
Right? If they do that, I'm good. But when I'm dead,
yeah. I mean, free followers, I guess, is okay. But
I don't. Wait a minute.
The question is, what if they don't necessarily love the content you've been posting, and what if they start to alter the look and feel? They say they're going to copy what you do. They say they're going to look at the history of the account.
But Lance, you know what though? Ain't nobody can copy George. There's only one fucking George on this earth.
Yeah, well, AI is pretty crafty.
But here's the thing. Here's a question though. So if I'm dead and my account was monetizing and they're going to still keep going, is it still going to be monetizing? And is that money going to go to my significant other if I ever have one? I don't know, or whatever.
Well,
huh?
I don't have an answer for that because this is only the
I bet you Meta won't do either.
My question is, are they going to make it optional? Are they going to allow you to opt out? Because let me be clear here. I don't think this is a great idea because what I think we're seeing here is Meta looking for a workaround, Facebook looking for a workaround. I think their traffic's down. I don't know if I'm right. They're doing a pretty good job of covering it up. But would you really want accounts that aren't active posting as if it's the real person? Would you really want dead people posting? And maybe you're engaging with this and you're just engaging with a bunch of AI crap and Meta's just fabricating their traffic numbers for a number of reasons. You know why they would do it? Because, of course, money is the number one reason. I don't know that somebody that's heartbroken from a loved one passing away, could be years later. A lot of people are upset about people that they lost in their lives, children and parents. Would you really want to all of a sudden get a notice on your phone? Oh, George Ballantyne, who's dead, just sent you a message. Isn't that going to cause some emotional duress?
You know what's funny? You want to know something crazy?
Yeah.
My friend's father had passed away.
Yeah.
And now I think about it, I was seeing posts from his account afterwards. And I'm trying to think, like, and I didn't want to say to that, like, to the one in family, I'm like, are you using his account to post? Because actually, I hate that. Like, I hate when. So I'll give you an example on X. Our dear friend Boone Cutler, he had passed. He's sorely missed. He was a great patriot, great veteran, did a lot of work for veterans. But then his wife was posting on his account, and every time I just seen his face, and I just hated it. I don't want to, he's passed. No, use your own account. But I don't know. I just don't like it.
And I'll say this. I guess for a loved one, maybe that's the way they can deal with the
deal with it on their own account then.
Well, but hold on a minute. Let me just say this. Because Boone had a big account, maybe a lot of people were asking her questions. I'm not gonna qualify, and I'm not gonna critique her for what she did to deal with her any kind of emotional things that were going on, which I'm sure there was a lot. She lost her husband, so I don't know about that. But what goes beyond that to me is when Meta, Facebook, is saying that if you haven't been active in your account, they're going to use your account. I don't know what they're going to post. Of course, they want to continue their advertising. I just don't think this is acceptable. I think social media is one of those things that you own as a property. And I know that's not the way it reads when you sign on to these platforms. But the concept to me is that you're using it to communicate with your friends, loved ones. For us, we do it with our shows and subscribers. In the chat, you guys tell me, would you want a loved one, somebody that you were extremely close with, whatever it was, parent, children, whoever, husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, would you want all of a sudden they pass away and a month or 2 months later, Meta has decided that they know they're dead or they know that this person hasn't been active, and all of a sudden they start sending you messages? Unless, I don't know if they're going to send DMs, but you get a message or you see a post about, and then you look at the post, and maybe even worse, the post doesn't align. Like all of a sudden, George's account, we'll talk about George right now. Let's say all of a sudden there's a post that goes up and he's supporting DEI. And I know George doesn't support DEI. Now he's passed away, and I got to see somebody using his account to post positively about DEI or some kind of LGBTQ or some kind of psychosis crap. And I'm thinking to myself, George would have never been happy with that. It's kind of like a dead Democrat, right? It's a dead Republican voter that all of a sudden votes for Joe Biden. And you find out about it. To me, this is insanity here. I don't think it's right. I don't think they should be doing it. And the fact that Meta applied for a patent means they want to control this as an opportunity, and they're going to pitch it to other platforms, what to tell them. Hey, you could get a lot more traffic if you keep the dead people posting. I don't know. To me, this seems just absolutely unethical and shitty. You guys in the chat, let me know what you think. I'd like to hear from you and tell me what you think. George, what do you think?
I think they should not allow it. Once a person passes, the count, maybe after a month, should be just deleted. That's it. Let them die in peace. Imagine that they're looking down in their fucking social media Facebook page and it's posting shit, and they're up in heaven wherever they're at. Right? Think about it. No, It's the dumbest thing I ever heard. But the question is why? Why even go to that level? Are you that hard up for people to for numbers? Are you losing that many people on your platform? Maybe that's what you should look into, buddy. That's whatever. Fuck. Matt, I wonder how this live is going to be doing on Facebook right now, since we're talking about Facebook.
I don't know. All right. Well, let's switch some gears here. Not because of that, but let's switch gears. Voter fraud. It's everywhere, George. Where is it now? Where have we found some more voter fraud? Safest and securest election in United States history. They said no fraud, but it looks like
this is going on now, dude. This is now. This is not.
I know.
This is not something. This is going on now.
I meant they were doing it before, though, too, is what I think.
Yeah, and this is
they never stopped doing it.
This is actually in the city, New York City, and this is just one part. This is just one person going to one place. Imagine all the other places that are doing it. It's crazy. I mean, I think Nick Shirley did it in California. I seen a thing The lady she was a sweet lady, and she's like, well, he asked a question and goes, well, that would be lying. That would be dishonest. And she's an older lady, probably 80s, and I guess she's not grasping the fact that not everybody's honest, especially when it comes to registering to vote. And that's what she's relying on, the honor system, when they put paperwork with.
Yeah, the Democrats love the honor system. They love it.
Yeah,
they always love the honor. You always want the honor system for them because, of course, they're honorable.
This is a little long clip, this 6-minute clip, but you got to listen to it. But this is going on today, so they keep telling us there's no such thing. Let courts handle it, but courts never want to do anything on precedents. Watch the clip and then you tell me what you want to do. That's what I want to know. I want to hear from everybody.
It seemed like before you were about to accept my voter registration form, even though I told you I was a green card holder.
I'm just a green card holder. So you're not going to report me if I do this, because
No. We accept anything that comes over the counter. We have people who come in here and they have legal situations and they register. They weren't a citizen. Boom, boom, boom. So
how often do things like that happen? Right now, I'm in front of 200 Varick Street in New York City, New York, and inside this building on the 10th floor is an office of the New York City Board of Elections. Now, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to pose as a non-citizen Canadian green card holder.
I'm a green card holder from Canada.
And I'm just going to see how far I can get in the voter registration process. So let's see what happens.
So I talked to a gentleman before and he said he could help me with registering to vote. It's my first time. So what do I have to show you guys?
everything you fill out, you swear in an affidavit that everything you're putting down is true, and that's it. Can I have a seat, fill it out?
Oh, got it, okay. I'm a green card holder from Canada.
Okay, yeah, you gotta be a citizen. I wouldn't fill it out.
You wouldn't fill it out?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be a citizen to fill it out.
Notice that he doesn't tell me it would be illegal to complete the application as a non-citizen, only that he doesn't recommend it. From here, things get even more concerning.
The reason why somebody told me that they were a green card holder and that they came in and then they submitted and they were good.
We can't stop you from submitting the application, and if it goes through, but most likely, because they don't do like a full background check, but once in a while, you know, we have people who come in here and they have legal situations and they register, they weren't a citizen, boom, 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 so.
This is a direct admission that non-citizens are in fact registering to vote, something that many claim is a conspiracy theory.
All right, here's the deal. To be honest with you, I'm really against everything that's going on right now, and I'm trying to do my part. So, like, do you mind if I fill this out, or like, is it okay with you?
It's up to you. That's like, I can't tell you what to do. If you want to fill it out, fill it out. But everything is clearly stated, especially at this bottom. It says American citizen. So I'm just letting you know, if you fill that out and you're not, you know, if it comes back to you, it comes back to you. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
But
we accept anything that comes over the counter. You know.
But you're not going to report me or something like that?
No, I'm not. No, we don't report anyone. Whoever fills that application out comes to us.
But I'm just a green card holder. Like, I don't want to get. So you're not going to report me if I do this? Cause
no, I'm not. No, I'm not. That's not my job to report anyone. My job is just to collect the application and put it and submit it to the department.
Under New York election law, Section 17106, any election officer who willfully violates any provision of the election law relative to the registration of electors is guilty of a felony. It would be a criminal offense for this worker to process my voter registration after I admitted to being a non-citizen.
Can I take this with me? Is that okay?
Yeah, take one of these. Yeah, you take that or, you know, take another. Mm-hmm.
Okay. But just to be clear, if I do this, you will be able to submit it for me, not a problem.
Yeah, we'll submit it. That's, you know, because we can't do our background check on you. We just collect it, this and that, and that's it.
Okay.
I mean, we're going off your word. I mean, if you check off, because at the top will ask you, you know, you citizen or not. You know, you check yes or you check no. You know, we get registrations come to the mail. Whatever comes through, we accept, and then it's submitted.
We walked out of the office and ultimately didn't submit any application, as doing so would be illegal. We later returned to try to get more information from this worker. However, when we did so, he seemed to get suspicious of us and consulted a coworker. He then changed his tune and refused to accept our application. Despite this, it seems from our first interaction that this worker was willing to accept my voter registration application when I initially claimed that I was not a U.S. citizen. How many non-citizen voter registration applications has this worker or his co-workers accepted? Why did he suggest he would process my application? We asked him ourselves. Here's what he had to say.
This is the gentleman who was about to accept my voter registration form the first time we went in when I said that I was just a green card holder. Here he is now. He doesn't want to atone for what happened. You mentioned to me that you've had situations where non-citizens have registered to vote. Can you tell me more about that? Can you tell me a little more about that? It seemed like before you were about to accept my voter registration form, even though I told you I was a green card holder. How often do things like that happen? I just want to know. So you were about to accept my voter registration form the first time until upper level management got involved. How many, if any, non-citizen voter registration forms do you guys process? How often does that happen? Because it seemed to me like you were about to accept my form. Can I get an idea of how commonplace this is? Are you concerned about the integrity of our elections? Can we get your name? Can you tell us any information? Because we're pretty concerned. Can we ask you a couple questions, man? Come on. You're just going to do us like that? This is not a good look. So this is the situation out here in New York City at these centers where voter registration applications are taken in and processed. There is no requirement to show a ID or social security or any sort of proof of identification. Nothing like that. All you have to do is sign an affidavit that states that you are an American citizen, and that is it. You don't have to bring any sort of documentation to corroborate that fact. This is one of the many potential threats to our electoral system here in the United States of America.
Yep. No such thing as voter fraud, though, people.
Doesn't exist. Well, I know I've got to take a break here in a minute, but maybe since we're on New York, let's talk about Mondami. It's the gift that keeps on giving. We warned you. We told you. Here he goes. He wasn't supposed to raise property taxes. He was going to do this for you guys and free grocery stores and free this and free that. Of course, he's got to figure out a way to fund all that free shit.
No such thing as freelance.
No, exactly. There is no such thing as free, George. And of course, property taxes are going to get nearly a 10% hike across New York City.
Well, he can't raise any taxes himself. He needs to get legislative approval. Like, so Kathy Hochul already shot him down. So he's trying another avenue. And
she shot him down on hiking taxes on the New York wealthy, correct? Is that right?
I believe so. So he's trying, he's trying to do another route, but he can't just physically himself go just raise taxes. It doesn't work like that. But I mean, what do you expect, people? You dumbasses voted for this idiot who has no experience, knows nothing. He's a failed actor, comedian, whatever you want, or singer, whatever you want to call it.
He was a rapper.
He couldn't even handle cleaning up a snowstorm in the city. What happens if there's a bigger disaster than that? We're talking about one snowstorm, 16, 18 inches. What the fuck is that? You have snow all over the place. Garbage hasn't been picked up for weeks. That's a total breakdown. Now you have diseases, rats, all this crazy shit running all over the city with the garbage all over the place. That's just one day snowstorm. What happens if we get like a 2-day snowstorm or whatever an event? Could you imagine? Yeah. God help us. Hold on, Lance. What was the hurricane? The one that screwed up New Orleans and stuff. What was it?
Katrina?
Katrina, because it hit our area too. Can you imagine something like that hit and when it hit New York City? Because everybody got affected. What would he do? You guys be fucked, but you voted for it. Don't be crying in New Jersey, coming over here. Don't kick your asses out.
I can't even figure out why they voted for this guy.
They're stupid.
He wasn't successful in business. He wasn't successful in life. He wasn't successful in entertainment. I just can't imagine. And nearly 10% tax hike. Even that shitty POS, Letitia James, can't be happy. She's now going to have to pay more property tax on her real estate. He thinks this is going to leverage Hochul to back up. She's not going to go after her constituents, her rich New Yorkers that funded her campaign. You know, New York, you screwed the pooch, and this is what you get. Let's play the clip.
Let's. Good old Mondami. Oh, matter of fact, you know the other thing, too? Is you've been hearing parts of the city now, the Muslim prayer going out. Like they've been doing in, I think, Dearborn, Michigan.
I saw that. That's got to be nice.
Let me be driving down in the city and I hear that shit. I'm breaking the speakers. I'm telling you.
At the heart of this path is a property tax increase. This would effectively be a tax on working and middle-class New Yorkers who have a median income of $122,000. The second path also requires us to raid our reserves. It would mean withdrawing $980 million from our city's rainy day fund in fiscal year 2026 and $229 million from the Retiree Health Benefit Trust in fiscal year 2027. These are steps that have been taken before, but only in moments of extraordinary external crisis. Mayor Bloomberg's response to the 2008 financial collapse and Mayor de Blasio's response to the enormous revenue shortfall caused by the pandemic. We do not want to have to turn to such drastic measures to balance our budget.
But he's going to. How about raiding retirement funds? New York has raided retirement funds previously, is what he's saying, and they want to retire. Who the hell are they to raid retirement funds? That's supposed to be untouchable. At the end of the day, you're going to go into a retirement account and have no plan for the repayment. Why don't you just cut the budget, jackass? Maybe instead of just raising it. Why? Because you want to have these free grocery stores where you just go in, they open the first free grocery store, line was all around the block. Maybe instead of free grocery stores, how about just having people work for it? Maybe you could have those people work and then they can get food or otherwise. This kind of stuff, this social jackasses like him, I just can't figure out, our country doesn't need these kind of people. The fact that New York even put him in, I can tell you, I only wish the mob was alive and gigantic in New York. I don't think he would have ever made it. It's a terrible thing for me to say, but this is not a person we need running the greatest, one of the greatest states in the country, in my opinion. All right, we're going to take a short break here on the Big Mig Show. While we're on the break, share that live link far and wide. Repost any of the kind of content you want to do. Let's get it going on. Hit that Rumble Rant follow. Hit the Rumble Rant tip button. Let's join that Big Mig Mafia for $5 a month. We'll be right back. Florida making some big moves, baby. Florida making some big moves. Stay tuned.
And I'm fucking here in Jersey. I gotta wake up.
Are you ready to stand up for your community and support your local sheriff? Join the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association and become a vital member of the Sheriff's Citizens Posse. At CSPOA.org, we empower citizens like you through weekly webinars, arming you with the knowledge to back your constitutional county sheriff. Together, we can uphold our Constitution and ensure liberty and justice for all. Your community needs you now more than ever. Visit CSPOA.org and join the Sheriff's Citizens Posse today. Make a difference. Stand for freedom. That's CSPOA.org. Your country, your fight, your future.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA, the future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
Hi folks, I'm here today to introduce you to the Prepper Bar from PrepperBar.com, the most unique precious metals product we have seen in a long time. These 62-gram bars are perforated and easily broken down into your choice of 3 different sizes to fit a multitude of needs. Whether it be from asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or its unique utility for barter and trade, the Prepper Bar makes a perfect gift for all the precious metal lovers out there. Exclusively made here in the USA and selling out fast. Available in both gold and silver, these slim Prepper Bars fit neatly in your wallet, and their utility enables use in any situation.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on Earth, these canine units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit warriordogfoundation.org.
All right, welcome back to the Big Mig Show. Here we host Lance Migliaccio, yours truly, George Bounty. Look, Big Mig Mafia shirt on. You can see it. You got the Big Mig Mafia in the chat, Big Mig Army out there. If you're out there listening or watching, if you could join the chat, hit the thumbs up, like button, follow, share. Cool. If you're listening at work and you don't want nobody to know, I get that. If you could go back later on after you get out of work and hit the like or whatever you got to do, I appreciate you. But don't get fired. Just listen in. But all right, let me give a shout out to our.
We get somebody fired today.
Well, we had the one person said her boss okays it, so that was good.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, we got Coco. She jumped in the chat yesterday, who I haven't seen in a while, and then she's here today. And yesterday she says, "Yeah, I'm at work listening." I go, "Okay, don't get in trouble, Coco."
That's right.
All right,
We'll help you.
shut up, Lance. All right, shout out to our sponsor, because Lance has the perfect solution for the people who can't watch their crypto 24/7. That's why we're here to talk about BlockTrustIRA.com. They're bringing access to cryptocurrency wealth to everyday people. Their exclusive Animus AI trading platform works 24/7, analyzing market data and executing advanced crypto strategies that go far beyond buy and hold. Coco Schwartzky just, I'm at work listening. She's in laughing emojis. Anyway, this system was named #1 crypto technology platform by Bitcoin Magazine out of more than 1,500 global competitors. And clients are already seeing over 250% returns on their investments, all with military-grade security and 250%, $200 million in insurance. Your wealth is fully protected. So don't wait. Visit BigMigCrypto.com today and see how you can join this financial revolution. Once again, that's BigMigCrypto.com today, and you can get up to $2,500 of free crypto. QR code's right on the screen. Take a screenshot, save it to your photo files, but do it later, because we got Florida to talk about. At least somebody's doing some shit, right? I mean, Florida's just doing their own thing, and I gotta say, I'm trying to figure out why is my ass still in New Jersey. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm waiting for my lawyers to finalize all shit, so maybe I can make some moves. But that's a whole nother thing on a whole nother time. Anyways, Florida continues to make big moves. Their CFO, Blasi Ignolia, he announces a huge bust. They arrested government employees. That's right, you heard me. They arrested government employees and others who were caught stealing millions from Florida taxpayers. Lance, I just have a question. We have government employees that work in the federal government, along with politicians who have been stealing from the American taxpayers for how long? And we can't get not one bust. I just have a question. And here's a good question. If we put Ron DeSantis in the White House as president, and we give this guy, this Blasi Ignolia, some position, will they start arresting government employees for fraud and all this shit? I'm just curious. I'm curious. I just like,
I would take my chances over.
I'm telling you, so would I. You damn right.
It doesn't seem like Pam Bondi or Kash Patel are going to do it. We haven't seen any real deep state government officials. I mean, I have as many deep state.
Who are we talking about?
Pam Bondi.
Kash Patel. No, he's too busy being on Dan Bongino's podcast talking about Epstein stuff that they didn't make no arrests on anyway. Nope, don't bring his name up right now. He's too busy. And Pam Bondi's too busy on fucking Fox News. So who else do we got? Janine Pirro? Negative, nothing. I mean, who do we got? We got everybody talking all that good shit in these fucking government employees, but they ain't doing nothing.
I just don't understand why there's so many government officials that have committed so many crimes and they're still walking around. They're not doing their fucking jobs here in this administration right now, at least in my opinion. And if anybody from the administration wants to come on the show and challenge me and prove me otherwise, I'm surprised they haven't already arrested a bunch of Somalians. I mean, I know they're investigating, but how long does it take? The Leering Center clearly wasn't a business.
The Leering Center.
They were stealing money. How much do you... Here's the thing that keeps going on. They keep saying they're investigating or this is going on, and then we got a bunch of dumbasses online going, the storm is coming. He just posted a Q meme. Oh, it's going on. It's going to happen. Listen, I'm impatient. They knew about it through the previous administration, his first administration, Donald Trump. They knew about it when they cheated and didn't get him. Of course, they stole the election, and they knew they have the information. I just don't understand why people aren't getting their asses locked up. I don't know. Let me say this. This is really important. You guys listen. We're not going to win the midterms at this rate. The only way, in my opinion, to win the midterms, this is the only way. I've heard lots of other ideas. Sure, if we had election integrity, if we had, voter ID, if we had, paper ballots that were watermarked and blockchain technology, yeah. But there's no way to implement that between now and the midterms. We can't even get Congress to pass the freaking Clarity Act, the bunch of jackasses that they are. Here's the point. There's only one way to midterms. If between now and the midterms, the Trump presidency made about 300, 400, 500 deep state arrests, fell swoop and cleaned it up like that, the people that were left over that hadn't been arrested yet that also participated, they would be so afraid that nobody would want to cheat. They would all be worried, are they watching us? Is this part of it? That's the only way to win. If you do sweeping arrests and you arrest 200, 300, 400 people that are deep staters, the J6 committee people, if you revoke of course, the presidential pardons of Joe Biden, if you go after the dirty 51+8, if you go after everybody involved in the Russian collusion hoax, and you get Hillary Clinton and you go grab Reid Hoffman and the Soroses, and everybody gets snatched up, you got a chance. You might be able to win the midterms at that point because everybody would be afraid. Or if you came up with an order that the midterms aren't going to happen because you made all these arrests, that you went into martial law. Those are the only two ways that we're not going to get swept. And the minute we get swept in the midterms, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. They're going to go into overdrive. They're going to do the same bullshit they did to the American public the first time. The Democrats are going to impeach, and all these celebrities are going to come back up and go, we better go after Donald Trump. He's a dictator. All that crap's going to happen. You tell me if I'm wrong, George. I don't think there's any other way to win.
Well, the Democrats are dirty. So I'm just going to give you an example because this came out in the news, I think, late last night, this morning. You had the county commissioner. He's a Republican. He's a candidate for the county commissioner in Charlotte. And there was a drive-by his house and drive-by shooting on his house. 7 to 10 shots were fired. This is while his wife was there, children were there.
Nice. Wow.
This is the tactics they use. It's crazy shit. But
anyway,
will there ever be arrests? I mean,
yeah.
Look, why is Eric Swalwell still running for governor of California when clearly his address is in D.C.? He has no home in California. Matter of fact, why is he still a congressman? I mean, how much investigating do you got to do? It's not that hard. We people, everyday citizens, we figured it out here. You can look it up. It's public record.
Right.
But meanwhile, nobody wants to arrest them.
They can't even get an indictment on Letitia James for mortgage fraud, but I guarantee you in the audience, had you done what Letitia James did?
Well, Letitia James indicted people for the same shit.
Yeah, you would be sitting in jail right now had you done what Letitia James did. I'm going to tell you why we don't have any arrests. Pam Bondi fucking sucks. She sucks. She's worthless. All that bullshit, all those interviews, she sucks. We got screwed again. We got another Bill Barr in her own way. Who knows what kind of shit she's talking about Donald Trump behind the scenes. I don't trust her. I think she's a complete traitor to the country. I'm going to go right on the limb. People might be angry for me saying it. She can prove me otherwise, and I'll be happy to retract. I'll be happy to apologize. But until I see a shitload, and I'm talking about hundreds of deep states arrests, yeah, she can go screw herself. I don't believe it. Let's talk about these 3 kinetic strikes.
Wait. I got the clip, bro. You didn't let me play the clip.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm angry. Yeah, I'm angry.
You angry? Come on.
Yeah.
No. Are you an angry boy, Lance? Let me play the clip. Let me not go to
inside of me. I'm angry.
We have a total of 10 arrests made. Some of them are actually employees of state government through a fraudulent ring where over 3 years, they submitted 220 bogus claims, insurance claims, and an adjuster for the state of Florida was actually approving these and stole about $1.7 million from the taxpayers of the state of Florida. So we caught a lot of them. We're looking at arresting more. Whether that happens, we don't know, but we are trying to, pull every thread and trying to catch everyone who is involved in this scheme. And we're being vigilant. We are, when we say that we are going to protect the taxpayers, we are serious about this. And I think that's the biggest difference between us and, say, Minnesota. Minnesota, you have rampant fraud and nobody goes to jail. Here, if you commit fraud against the taxpayers, you are going to jail.
Yeah, and I think I don't want people to miss that, because it's an important aspect of this story too is what you're able to do, that you have this ability as CFO and looking at law enforcement and looking top to bottom. I mean, again, it's so important to understand that the fraud and abuse happens at all different levels. And just because we live in a great state and just because we're governed well and just because you are working hard doing what you're doing doesn't mean that we have people that are looking and saying, oh, I'm not going to do it in this state. I might as well move along. There's always going to be somebody that's out there, but it's at all different levels.
It is at all levels. And what people have to realize is that the larger a government becomes and more money is going through that government, that creates more opportunities for fraudsters to take advantage of the system, whether they be inside government, outside government, whether they be contractors. And then you go to like the federal government. I think Scott Bessent a couple of weeks said that as much as $700 billion of the federal government is probably fraudulent transfers. And we see it through Social Security checks. We see it through insurance checks. And you need to remain vigilant. People need to know that if you commit these crimes, there are serious consequences. And that's what we're doing with these arrests. And we're going to continue doing that going forward.
Yeah, true.
Maybe this guy ought to be the AG. I mean, he's serious about it, and he's right. You have to stay vigilant, but you have to make
That's what I said. No, but you put fucking DeSantis in as president, put him up in there, and let's see what happens. Take our chances.
I mean, this is just, and that's my concern. Is J.D. Vance going to operate differently? Is he actually going to drop the hammer? I mean, if you go back and look at the whole campaign of Donald Trump and the administration, the people that were up talking, they were going to bring, they were going to bring the hammer of God down. They were going to go after everybody. And I don't see it. I mean, everybody wants to tell me there's these investigations going on behind the scenes. Clearly, there's a bunch of criminals in the Epstein files. We've seen it all over the place. Explain to me why there aren't any arrests of these people that were actually involved in the trafficking. But other countries are.
Check this out. Listen to this, right? You're speaking of AGs, right? My Russian princess says we need to get rid of Bondi. Blondie Bondi, whatever. And I says, look at Trump's AG picks. They're all good for nothing, all disasters.
Yeah. Worthless.
She's like, demand a good one. Well, who's a good one? Listen, we thought Cash and Bongino were good ones. What the fuck did they do? It's nothing. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what?
Honestly,
this is the only way. Hold on. Time out.
I would still go with Sidney Powell.
Time out. The only way is put fucking Lance as AG. That's it. And if shit don't get done, we're fucked.
I'm going to tell you this right now. And I would probably butt heads. Donald Trump would probably not like me. Two New Yorkers going head to head. I just tell him, fuck it. I'm arresting everybody. I'm going after all of them. And everybody that called me for an interview, I'd be like, fuck no, I don't have time for an interview. That's a waste of my time. I don't have time to come on your bullshit.
Somebody said Gates. You know what with Gates, though? I think Gates is a lot of talk.
Yeah.
You haven't heard shit from him in what? How many months? He's also he died out.
Trey Gowdy, I can tell you that.
Trey Gowdy.
That would suck. It'd be more of the same bullshit. I'm telling you right now.
Trey Gowdy would be on. He'd be on Fox News.
Yeah, I wish I could be AG, and I wish they said, "Hey, we're going to just take the collar off. We're going to release you. You do whatever you got to do." I would literally be dragging people that were deep staters out of their homes, 3 a.m. I'd have news coverage. I would be dropping these people like, I got to tell you, it would be ugly. I don't think that Donald Trump would want me to do it, because if he did want it to happen, why is he allowing Bondi to go along? Is she some kind of a Susie Wiles install? Is that why she's there? I'm telling you right now, we've got some problems, and I don't know how we fix this. But if you want to win the midterms, I'm telling you right now, guys, start posting it all over the place. Go into Donald Trump's feed on True Social. Go into his feed over there. If they don't make arrests, just write the midterms off. It's done. I don't want to be negative. I'm just telling you, it's a fact. If we don't snatch up 200, 300, 400 deep staters, and I'm talking by the law, I'm talking about people that are guilty of crimes. I'm not talking about arresting your enemies. I'm talking about arresting people that committed crimes against the United States, committed statutory crimes, committed crimes against the American people. If you don't do that, it's more of the same. Look, the Clintons committed contempt. They still haven't testified. What the frick's going on with that? They committed contempt. Why aren't they sitting in jail? Okay, great. They're going to testify. If you committed contempt, I don't care if you were negotiating. Why haven't they gone in? I'm sick of this shit. All right. The fraud never stops, and George was right friggin' again.
Well, you're jumping the gun, bro. You're jumping the gun. You're shooting your load too fast. I'm on to talk about how the U.S.
to go to the fraud one.
I don't care. I want to do this one.
We were talking about government. That's why. It's okay if we go.
It's all right. You want to do the fraud one, Lance? We'll do the fraud one for you. Go ahead, buddy. I'm gonna let you have that.
You were right. That's why I went to it. I was giving you credit for being right. You just bask in the sunshine, George. Bask in the sunshine I just gave you.
I don't have an ego, Lance. I'd rather see these people get this food.
Wait a minute. Don't do that.
My name ain't Lance Migliaccio, bro.
Don't do that disservice to yourself, George Ballantine.
No, I don't.
All right.
I'm a humble guy.
George was right. Go ahead.
Hidden cameras catch employees. This is with the Los Angeles Homeless Shelter Services Authority. Bro, damn, they're throwing cases of taxpayer-funded food right into the dumpster. And we got it on video. Don't lie.
Not spoiled food.
How many people on the streets are going hungry?
Out-of-date food. People that are hungry. This food was paid for by taxpayer funds, probably federal and state. I want you guys to pay attention to what they're throwing out. This is food you probably have in your own home. Some of these products I saw were products that I actually have in my own home. They're filling the dumpsters up. I guess, I don't know why. I can't figure out logically, because I thought maybe they were throwing it in the dumpster so people could steal it later, take it home, or sell it at their own food co-ops or something. But this is freaking a disgrace. Disgusting. And talk about the theft and misuse of funds by people. Let's play the clip.
All the homeless veterans and oh my gosh.
Hidden cameras caught employees with the LA Homeless Services Authority throwing cases of taxpayer-funded food right into the dumpster. Food that's supposed to go to the homeless now going in the trash. You can see it here just come pouring out of the box. And not just once or twice. It's a sandwich, an apple, and water. But despite the tens of thousands of homeless going hungry on the streets of LA, no one got to eat this food. Jay Handel chairs the Homeless Committee for the LA Neighborhood Councils.
This is an absolute disgrace. It's a theft of taxpayer dollars.
For months, we watched LASA employees picking up cases of food to give out to those less fortunate. These are outreach workers. They're supposed to spend their days interacting with the thousands of homeless in LA. The aim, according to LASA administrators, is for them to use the food as an opportunity to build trust in the hopes of convincing them to accept government services and housing and get them off your streets.
I mean,
so I assume the workers are throwing it out because they don't want to interact with the homeless. They don't want to do their jobs. They just want to take the check. I mean, you could see that wasn't spoiled or damaged food. Brand new stuff in boxes. Just disgusting. The homeless need help. And this is Newsom's California. Another piece of shit running a state. You got Mondami on the East Coast, and you got Newsom, the piece of shit, on the West Coast. I mean, can we fix this? These mayors and governors and what they're allowing to happen in Minneapolis. Tim Walz, another scumbag in the North. I mean, it just goes on and on and on.
Yo, did you see the cases of Cinnamon Toast Crunch in the dumpster, bro?
Yeah, I
see
saw that.
That's a fucking crime in itself right there.
I mean, that cheese brand is a cheese I buy. I buy it all the time, that sliced cheese, because, I'm just lazy about slicing cheese, so I get it. So if I want to make a sandwich.
Do you know buying sliced cheese is really, really bad?
Need help. What?
Don't buy that pre-sliced cheese shit. Those Kraft singles, that's the worst thing you can get.
Kraft.
I don't care, whatever it is. When those singles that are singly wrapped in a pack, don't buy them, don't eat them. That's the worst.
It's a time efficiency thing for me. I only have so much time in between doing everything I'm doing here. I feel overwhelmed a lot of times. So
maybe that's because you're eating bad cheese and it's fucking with your mental abilities and stuff.
I might be eating bad cheese.
Chemicals and stuff. I'm just telling you, bro.
You might be right.
All right. Next time you give me a suggestion, I'm
going
going to blow you off.
Piece of shit. Look at your state. It's a complete clusterfuck. Why we're allowing these, man, I got to tell you, they're lucky I'm not the AG. They're lucky I'm not president of the United States. Everybody might want to hang me when I got done, but I got to tell you, I'd be stacking them. They would not get out of my grip. It would be a 2-month snatch and grab. Nobody would be left. Nobody would be left standing for all these people. I wouldn't care what the laws of the United States said. I got to be honest, because I would do it for the American people, and then I would voluntarily tell the American people, you could do whatever you want with me, but I want you to know this. None of them are left. I've taken out everybody. The Federal Reserve, the dirty 51+8, Hillary Clinton, you name it. I took them all out. They're all gone. Do whatever you want with me now. I cleaned up the country for you. You're welcome. But of course, Donald Trump is trying to clean up the oceans, narco trafficking. I'm a fan of this. At the end of the day, what I think is incredible, George, this first boat, look at how there's 5 engines on it. I imagine those are like $25,000, $30,000 engines. Unbelievable. They've been making so much money. These go fast. And the fact that we're blowing them out of the water, can you imagine how many of them gotten through over the last 20 years?
Josie Wales in the chat. I love that show.
Yeah.
Josie Wales, Clint Eastwood. All right.
So,
it's going to play while we're talking anyway because there's no audio. Boom. Look at that sucker blow up.
Yeah.
And the Democrats want to cry about, they weren't given any chance. They didn't do.
It's international waters.
These are 11 male narcos that were killed. 4 on the first vessel, 4 on the second vessel, and 3 on the third. Does that equal 11? Yes, it does. So what? They want to cry about narcos not getting due process, and they're bringing all these illicit drugs. What about all the Americans that are dying of overdose because of these drugs? They're not crying about that, but why are they always crying for the immigrants, foreigners, or the terrorists, or whatever, the Democrats?
Because
that's the problem.
What they do. It's division and chaos. It's bitching and moaning, just like they're bitching and moaning about the tariffs. The tariff money's coming into the United States to the benefit of the American people. Oh, tariffs. I don't even know if it's legal what he's doing. Oh, they're blowing narco boats up. Oh, I can't believe they're doing it, but we're going to throw some food in the trash. Millions of dollars of food we're going to throw in the trash, and we're going to steal a bunch of money through phony layering centers and phony autism centers, but that's okay. And we're going to, we're going to steal from state governments and federal governments, and we're going to cheat in the elections. I mean, I don't know, honestly,
Lance,
I'm embarrassed. I don't know where we live.
Speaking of governments and state governments, what the fuck is going on in Colorado with your Secretary of State, Griswold?
My God, I hate this piece of shit.
I know you do.
I'm talking about Jenna, the nasty crack whore Griswold. I can't stand this bitch. I look at her eyes. You can see she's insane. She's a typical psychotic Karen, a nasty human being connected to George Soros. She's the reason that poor Tina Peters is still sitting in jail. She's getting caught nonstop. Now, all of a sudden, she gets caught sending out 30,000 mailers. We're talking about mail to non-citizens, telling them to register to vote, which is illegal. The DOJ, FBI, Cash, can you maybe fucking do something? How about we arrest this bitch for what she's doing in Colorado? I'm just curious, Pam, are you going to do anything during the entire administration? Are you going to do anything about the deep state, or are you just going to sit with your thumb up your ass and go do another interview on Fox News? That's what I want to know. I just like to see some arrests. And here's somebody breaking the law. What she's doing in Colorado, I guarantee the entire election system in Colorado, I'll go on a limb, all fraud. It's total bullshit. They're installing whoever they want because this is one psychotic bitch. I know many people in Colorado cannot stand her. Now she wants to run for a higher position. Just look at her face as this guy's calling her out. Look at this nasty human being right here.
She is nasty. She is but ugly. All right, here we go.
Final question. This is not the first time that your office has made mistakes that have damaged voters' confidence in our elections. In 2022, your office sent out mailers to 30,000 non-citizens inviting them to register to vote. They, of course, are not eligible to register to vote. That same year, your office used Colorado's ballot tracking system to send messages to specific Coloradans encouraging them to vote when, in fact, they had already voted, causing confusion that had to be cleaned up by the county clerks. And now this leak of the voting system passwords. Given your office's repeated errors that have damaged confidence in our elections, which you say is paramount, will you resign?
Absolutely not, Kyle. And I just want to, you're unfairly characterizing and leaving out some crucial information.
Yeah.
That's how you want to try and justify it.
So here for
but Lance, somebody asked, "Are we sure she's a she?"
That's a very good point. I think that's a
It
valid
is, right?
argument.
I think
Here's
so,
the
too.
problem. I feel like it's a disservice to qualify her as a female, as a woman. And I also think it's a disservice to qualify her as a male. She's more of an it in her behavior because I think it's crappy gendering her, not because I believe there's more than two genders. It's just that I really feel like it's unfair for either group to have to include a nasty bitch like this. But let me just do this, just in case, Pam, in case you're struggling with the statutes or Cash, in case maybe you don't really know the law. Let me give it to you. 52 USC 10307C. Let me do it again. 52 USC 10307C. This is for Cash Patel and Pam Bondi, just in case you guys can't figure this out on your own. Part of the Voting Rights Act of 1965 applicable to elections involving federal candidates such as the president, the vice president, senators, or representatives. It states, and I quote directly from the statute, just in case you guys are questioning, you can go look at it. It's a federal statute. We actually have those on the books, Cash and Pam. That's how we convict criminals. It's with the federal statutes. Whoever knowingly or willfully conspires with another individual for the purpose of encouraging his false registration to vote or illegal voting shall be fined not more than $10,000 or imprisoned not more than 5 years or both. I'm recommending both. But it's simple. The statutes are in the books. You look at what the person did and you get the indictment. It's a simple process. Maybe focus on that.
What about freeing Tina Peters?
Well, let me just say something. The first move is to arrest this nasty bitch because she's never, along with the governor and mayor. And let me say something. What I would do is I would notify the governor and mayor that the federal government is aware of what happened. And if they don't do their own investigation, that's misprisions of a felony because now they've been made aware of the fact that Jenna Griswold committed a federal felony. Then they become co-conspirators. That way you can just snatch up the governor, the mayor, and her, give them all 5 years, and maybe set the tone. Maybe put some fear into these people across the country that are violating crimes. Because guaranteed, George, let me say this. If I did this in Colorado, the feds would be at my door, I guarantee you, within the week. I guarantee if I was out trying to register illegal aliens and the feds found out about it with me, being a non-government official, being unimportant, not being any level of importance as far as government, or maybe as far as being a celebrity or any of that kind of crap, I wouldn't get a pass. They would snatch my ass up. And I would pay the fines and I would do the 5 years, which, by the way, is an 83% sentence.
All right, correct me if I'm wrong, people, but didn't the FBI say there is no Epstein client list, there is no black book, there is no this, that, and the other thing, no sex trafficking, none of that. They said that, right? No black book, no list or nothing? Well, then someone hold on.
Is over the other day. They're not investigating.
I know.
Further.
So someone explained to me, like I'm fucking 5 years old, why the FBI had a sting operation in 2009 with Jeffrey Epstein's butler, who was willing to give them his black book and tell him everything about it. But there was no black book. Well, which one is it? By the way, Lance, and here's the thing, everybody. When was Pam Bondi Attorney General of Florida? I think she was around those times, those years.
During the Epstein arrest.
So now you want to know why Epstein's all hung up in this and that?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. I'm going to play the clip, and then let's get down to it.
Me too. Come on in. How are you doing? Good. Yeah, the documents. Who created this book?
Epstein himself. I have it there on also my computer, but
our failure. He was very organized. There was supposed to be this with every plane and every. There's the computer who was the radiator with water. First time in my life I saw that to keep it cool because they used to download pictures like this, just like that. What kind of pictures? Naked girls from Sweden, from Romania, from Czechoslovakia, from Brazil, from
All
Colombia.
minors? All young girls?
Very young, very young.
Like when you say very young, how young are you talking?
16, 17. The teenagers, they have braces, most of them.
Younger than that though?
Yeah. And they used to go out to comedy shops or ice cream parlors or movies, a lot of movies. Because it was, paintings, ice cream and comedy and movies. Records that they would stay even if you erase them. I know I could erase them, say there's something. Ghislaine Maxwell was his former companion, a very powerful lady from England. She would go to the former Eastern countries in Europe and find girls for everything. And I knew that because I went with my wife. They used to have a computer so powerful. They used to have a water radiator to cool the computer because they used to download pictures like that so fast. Girls, she has nice breasts, she has this and that.
You saw that stuff?
Yeah.
On the computers,
Yeah.
pictures of girls? Were they naked and stuff like that?
Yeah, I testify that.
So the butler wanted 50 grand back in 2009 to give the black book over. The government wastes more money on informants and all kinds of crazy shit. They didn't want to give him 50 grand. Why? Because they didn't want to have to expose their own government people that is in that black book. That's the only reason I can think of, Lance.
Now,
How about
Al
you?
Jazeera got a hold of this video. Yeah, I agree with you.
Forget, you don't even have to say them. That video's been up before them, so don't even mention their name.
Department of Justice. This is what I'm saying. The Department of Justice has their stamp on that video. That means it came out of Department of Justice evidence. My point is, that means the DOJ knows, the FBI knew, and they knew all the way back to at least 2009, maybe further, but they didn't want to do that. Why? Because they were conspiring. They were working with, and you've seen it in the Florida documents. We showed them right on the show, how he was an informant for the FBI, how he was working with the CIA, how he was working with foreign intelligence organization. But meanwhile, he's running this operation at least since 2009 and probably way back further than that. It's freaking disgusting.
Hey, Lance.
These people ought to all resign and stop. But I got to tell
Lance,
you,
you got something in common with somebody in the chat, Joe Dierte, I believe Dierte81. He says, round up all the pedals and send them feet first into the wood chipper.
Listen, at the end of the day, you cannot fix this criminality with the people we currently have. I'm just telling you, this administration has let me down. I love Donald Trump. I don't know why he's allowing this to continue under his watch, because if you really want to see more stuff and you don't want to have to go through the shitty DOJ website, George, I love it. JeffTube. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, it's all right, I guess. So some dude made his own website calling it JeffTube. And now all these videos are available in the Epstein files. You can go get them yourself, but he took the liberty of getting them all and putting them on his new site called JeffTube. Right, well, you see it. So if you don't want to go through the files and just want to go to see the videos, you can go right there. It's actually, he's making it easier for everybody. So kudos to wherever JeffTube is. I don't even know. But I mean, he did a pretty good job.
I think so too. Interesting stuff. We put the link in the chat if you guys want access to it. But it's interesting. I saw this. I sent it to George this morning. I didn't know anything about it. I thought maybe it was bullshit. So I went out and looked, and I found the email. So Epstein is talking about, and a lot of people might not even know what this was. He said he's talking about this in an email. He's talking about a flower. Now, if you know anything about this flower,
I didn't even know you added this stuff, bro.
It's very common down in South America, Central America.
But we cannot confirm this yet, right?
You know, I got the email.
You didn't tell me you put this in, bro. You got to tell me this shit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you saw it.
No, how am I
All
saying?
right,
I'm busy
so-
doing other shit.
Well, no, I didn't put it. I put it in earlier this morning, so I thought when you were organizing, it was
No, it
before
wasn't
you-
there earlier this morning.
Okay.
Don't
No, it
lie to
was.
me now.
Before it was numbered. Before it was numbered. I'm not lying now. I lied earlier. Right now,
I
I'm
know
not
you
lying.
did, you fucker, because I numbered everything and it wasn't there. So stop lying.
No, I'm telling you. But you know why you didn't notice? Because it's not a red title. It's in the Epstein section.
Here we go.
I'm just telling you.
Never mind. Okay.
I lied earlier, but I did not lie.
I numbered everything and I moved this one down to the bottom, so it wasn't there. So just stop putting your foot in your mouth.
Okay, get ready.
Go ahead.
Get ready because George doesn't believe in me, but it's okay. It doesn't matter if he believes me because you guys believe me and you guys are going to want to hear this. Now, for anybody that doesn't know about this plant, it's commonly used in Colombia as an example, where all these guys are going down to sleep with Colombian girls. Well, some of them are paying the price. There's a plant down there. They call it the zombie flower. They call it devil's breath, also well known throughout South America and Central America. The reason they call it the zombie flower is because of the effects. But in this newly released set of Epstein files, he's talking about this flower. Now, this flower, it went into public debate after these newly released documents came out because people weren't sure what it was at first. It's a very toxic plant. And it causes kind of a mind-altering situation where you're there, you can kind of be led around, but you're completely gone. That's why they call it the zombie flower. And it basically allows people to do to you whatever they want. In the case of the Colombian girls, a lot of them use it on Tinder and otherwise. They'll drug a foreigner. It's coming out, and then they'll rob them. They'll steal their computers, their cell phones, their cash, their watches, whatever they can rob them of. If they can get in any bank accounts, they'll make transfers. You can go look it up online. So it produces a product called scopolamine. And here's the email. And here he is talking about it where he says, ask Chris about my trumpet plants at nursery. Now, this plant is known as the trumpet plant. So it's going to cause memory loss, drowsiness, extreme suggestibility. So if you want a sex slave, here's your opportunity. Of course, it leaves users very often unable to recall what happened, number one. And number two, sometimes it causes death because it's not like they're selling it over the counter that you can just go, yeah.
Weren't we told we're not supposed to be talking about Epstein?
I think so.
Yeah.
Are we still talking? I didn't think we talked about Epstein.
Yeah.
Today.
How'd that go for the administration telling us not to talk about something?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Here's the deal. I mean, he obviously wanted sex zombies, sex slaves, people that wouldn't remember what he had done to them or the people had done to them. Pretty incredible stuff. All right.
All right, wait, hold on. Before we close out, I want to just say something because I want to talk about Iran real quick. So I don't know if you all seen the Iranian Supreme Leader, whatever his name is, Khamenei, whatever. He issued a warning to the United States, Lance. He says the U.S. president constantly says he has sent a warship toward Iran. Of course, and this is him. Of course, a warship is a dangerous piece of military hardware. However, more dangerous than a warship is the weapon that can send that warship to the bottom of the sea. Well, what weapon is that, Mr. Iranian leader? Because you ain't got a weapon to do that. But what is Trump doing in Trump style? Trump's armada for the Middle East now includes 2 aircraft carriers, 12 warships, hundreds of jets, and advanced air defenses with more forces still en route. They have over 150 U.S. military cargo flights that have delivered weapons to the Middle East. And this is now in the last 24 hours alone, 50 more fighter jets headed to the region. So good luck with that.
Yeah, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter
of when. You know what? And the talks are not going well from what they're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Israel's itching to pull the trigger right now.
At the end of the day, and so they should. The number of Iranians they're killing because of the protesting, they're still killing them now. There's been leaks all over the place about it. They're trying to cover it up. I say enough's enough. It's time to just stop this once and for all.
I have a question for you.
The entire administration, and this time, don't stop till it's done. Not one airstrike and you give them a warning. You go in and you mop it up. And you get the Iranian people their country back.
Joe,
I
Lance,
got to do this because I
have a question from the chat for you, bro.
Yes.
Same buddy again, Joe Deerche. He says, is that flower, the one we're showing from Epstein, is that the flower what they use to keep Biden's clone on?
No, because it wouldn't be functional because
Biden actually, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're using other drugs to keep the Biden replacement active. This case, you can't really use that because he wouldn't. You can't really talk on the drug.
No, but they probably put Biden on himself.
Yeah, my understanding is the ketamine is maybe the closest thing that anybody might have.
Yeah, but you know what happens? If you get too much ketamine, you go into a K-hole, and it's not fun.
Well, but that's exactly.
Don't ask me how I know that, but
that's exactly the point. That the ketamine, when you go too far with it, this is what this plant does right up front, and it gets worse. So it's not one of those things that you could actually have somebody that you could manipulate. But good question though.
Hold on. Fez Woody, you guys don't know crap about who calls the shots in the U.S. Okay, Fez Woody, put in the chat who calls the shots. I'm just curious to see who you think it is.
Yeah.
Lance, who do you think calls the shots in the U.S.?
It's not the administration, if that's what you're asking me. I think there's a lot of powerful people that go beyond the scope of that. If we want to really talk about it, I won't go into a lot of detail, but the story is that there's 150 people that actually are really in control of what's going on all across the globe. Powerful people with lots of money. And at the end of the day, when it comes to it, I mean, let's face it. If this administration was going to do what they said they were going to do, right, make America great again, and if they were going to clean out the deep state, wouldn't they have already started if they were really in total control? You would think they would. I don't want to badmouth Donald Trump. There's a lot of things he's done that are good, but are those just ways to maybe satiate us? Maybe to hope that we aren't going to talk about Epstein, or that we're not going to talk badly because we're going to get a check for the tariffs. You know, we're going to, oh gosh, it's better. The economy's better. And we're going to pass regulation on crypto. All right. I can't stand her, and I can't figure out how she was able to sneak back into the country. I was hoping they snatched her passport. Just when you thought it was safe to go back into the water,
what do we know now?
The Shamu, Rosie O'Donnell snuck into the country, I guess, for a couple of weeks, talked a bunch of crap in this interview. I thought they were going to snatch her passport, George.
Well, she can get a visa from Ireland and come here to visit.
Nah, she came in on our passport.
On her U.S. passport?
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
Fucking, you know what? No, I know why. Fucking Democrats did it on purpose on the shutdown, not funding the agents, TSA agents, and you know they were shorthanded, and she slipped through the cracks because of that one. Blame the Democrats for that, right? Because we're on a partial shutdown; they're not getting funded.
Yeah.
So
you know what's interesting? I want to read her quote. I guess when she left the country, she didn't even take her kids with her. Listen to this quote. She's telling
maybe the kids didn't want to go with her.
Maybe, but she's telling Como this on the show. I was recently home for 2 weeks, and I did not really tell anyone. I just went to see my family. I wanted to see how hard it would be for me to get in and out of the country. I wanted to feel what it was like. I wanted to hold my children again, and I hadn't been home in over a year. So this bitch left the country and didn't take her kids? Some parent, some role model. I mean, wow, this is a nasty human being. Like I said, she's fortunate I'm not president. She would have had her passport snatched.
I would have snatched her.
She would be a Shamu without a country.
Take us out,
All
bro.
right, listen, if you like the show, give us a thumbs up, give us a comment, give us a subscribe. You do the $5 subscription, fantastic. It's a tough economy, I get it. You can't, no problem. Rumbleland tips always appreciated. But listen, the most important thing, help us share the show far wide. Share the link with your friends and family because we go after everybody, both sides of the aisle. I'm taking no prisoners the rest of the year. I'm not okay with what's going on, and hopefully you guys aren't either. Let's do everything we can to fix the country. George, last words, my brother.
I got Verizon Fios coming in to upgrade all the equipment and upgrade the internet to make it give me more speed and power. It's going to be happening in a little while, so I'll be down for a few hours. Nobody bother me. Love you guys. It's what? Today's what? Thursday? Wednesday? Today's Wednesday? Lance?
Yes, today is Wednesday, George.
It's fucking hump week. Everybody says hump day, but I'm single, so it's hump week, even though there's no humping going on, but I just like to say it. Catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.
I might have to let it drop. Said got it, hella big, had the money back again, like said had the
Are you ready to stand up for your community and support your local sheriff? Join the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association and become a vital member of the Sheriff's Citizens Posse. At CSPOA.org, we empower citizens like you through weekly webinars, arming you with the knowledge to back your constitutional county sheriff. Together, we can uphold our Constitution and ensure liberty and justice for all. Your community needs you now more than ever. Visit CSPOA.org and join the Sheriff's Citizens Posse today. Make a difference. Stand for freedom. That's CSPOA.org. Your country, your fight, your future.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA, the future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
Hi folks, I'm here today to introduce you to the Prepper Bar from PrepperBar.com, the most unique precious metals product we have seen in a long time. These 62-gram bars are perforated and easily broken down into your choice of 3 different sizes to fit a multitude of needs. Whether it be from asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or its unique utility for barter and trade, the Prepper Bar makes a perfect gift for all the precious metal lovers out there. Exclusively made here in the USA and selling out fast. Available in both gold and silver, these slim Prepper Bars fit neatly in your wallet, and their utility enables use in any situation.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on Earth, these K9 units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit WarriorDogFoundation.org